Wow. The first ever Masquerade Brawl. Random modeling. I gotta, you're one, you
know it's the Mad
right now. Protect your trophy. General Manager for the Knights, Theodore Andre
Look, let me tell you something, player. Let me holler at you for a minute. The winner of this battle royal player is the model, the Random Dragon. Let me holler at you, player. Look at you, huh? The winner. Holla, holla.
Master champion of the world. Master champion of the world.
Wrestling fans, you just got a glimpse of one of the most unique matches in HWA history. It was the first ever Masquerade Brawl, and it all went down just a few hours ago here at the Sorg Opera House as part of HWA's Halloween Haunt. Hi again, everybody. I am Chris the Brain Curtis, and this is The Pulse. And now, not only did the Masquerade Brawl go down, we also had that huge tag team title match as the Entourage defended against the former three-time HWA Tag Team Champions, Dave and Jake Chris, the Irish Airborne. The Entourage intentionally got themselves disqualified, saved the titles for themselves, but now JT Starr next week right here at the Sorg will have a chance to go after another title, as he will be a part of a three-way dance to crown a new #1 contender for the HWA Heavyweight title. It will be JT Starr, Deja Vu Richard Phillips, and the man who beat Sami Callihan right here earlier tonight, the Natural Selection, Dick Rick. Let's hear from these three men.
John Moxley, you thought you were real smooth, didn't you? You see, you cut me out of the plans. You took me out of the match last week. You took my attention away. Hey, that's fine. You know what? I lose the match. I lose my opportunity at becoming the #1 contender because we all know there was a great chance, there was a huge opportunity for me to beat Jake Christ. And if I would have done so, I would have been #1 contender, and I would probably be holding that belt right now as we speak. But that's okay, because next week I have the #1 contender match, triple threat, JT Starr, Richard Phillips, Deja Vu, and none other but the Natural Selection, me. You've got two guys that are going to try and take me out of the equation. Well, John Moxley, I know you're looming in the background as well. I'm into your head. I know how you're thinking. I thought I already took you out once. If I got to do it again, I'll do it again. But when it comes down to it, you've got two other guys that are going to be in the ring with me. They're both going to fall to Natural Selection. They're going to end up looking up from the floor. They're going to end up looking up at me. They're going to say, "Thank you. You were right. You are the DR. You are the man who runs this company. You are the man who deserves much more than I." Because that's the message from Natural Selection. You all fall on the floor. I rise above because I write the book. So next week, #1 contender, maybe not the #1 contender, but I'm telling you right now, I will be the #1 contender. John Moxley, Richard Phillips, JT Starr. There's nothing any of you can do about it. And in the end, when Natural Selection, when the shroud of Natural Selection covers the HWA and that title becomes mine, you will all thank me.
Next week, I'm in a three-way dance for #1 contender shot at the HWA title. On one hand, I got Dick Rick, a man who I ain't got no problems with, but it's all about the goal here, man. It's about the top spot, it's about that belt. Now on the other hand, we got Punk JT Starr. We got some problems, bruh. and it's going down. You know, the way I figure, I can take down 2 birds with 1 stone. I can take care of my business with JT Star and also get my #1 contender spot back and see Jay Chris with that championship. So all I gotta do is say one thing right now. Next week, it's boo time, baby. It's going down.
You know, I've always been the type of guy to turn a negative into a positive. You know, life gives me lemons. I ask for vodka. Let's get drunk. Yeah. You know, I ask for a glass of water, and I get a glass of sand. Well, I just turn that glass upside down and make a sandcastle. Pretend I'm king.
King Tut, baby.
Yeah. Well, you know, if I get hit over the head with a metal fold-out chair, I just pretend that the bruise is a faded tattoo and I'm a sailor on shore leave, running a sweatshop in a small third world country. But you see, there's nothing good or positive about the way I've been held back and pushed away from the heavyweight title. Yes, we make a tremendous tag team, but I am so much more than that. I am so much more. I've held every single title in the history of this company except for the heavyweight. So why am I not getting a shot? Well, guess what? I am getting a shot. You see, I've finally proven it to the office. I've finally proven it to the fans. And coming soon, JT Star will be in a #1 contenders match, a 3-way versus not that it matters. I think the big guy and the fat the Deja Vu, the guy who named himself after a strip club.
And the strip club owner?
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
Okay.
it doesn't really matter who it is, and I don't care how scared you think I am. I've already proven to the world that I can beat both of them. Both. That's true. So I tell you what, get ready, Jake Christ, because you have a new heavyweight champion on his way. JT Star has spoken.
Starman! Wait a second, JT. What about the tag team titles, cuz? I just don't know. I don't know where to go now. There's a certain place that I am in my life that I don't know where to go now. Maybe I just got... John, leave me alone. John, leave me alone. John, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Hey, Sammy.
Leave me alone.
Sammy. I told you. You should have listened.
Please, John. John, please. John, please.
Think about it. Think about it.
Very bizarre, very cryptic message from John Moxley to Sami Callihan. At the time, nobody knew what those two were talking about, but later in the evening, we'd find out exactly what John Moxley was talking about.
Come on!
I can throw pretty hard, and I can run pretty fast. So when all the other kids found that out, they picked me for the baseball team. They let me play with them every day. And it felt pretty good. It was like the first time that I had friends and the first time anybody treated me nicely, and it felt kind of good. Until one day, the game was on the line and I was at bat. And I struck out and I lost the game for my team. And I thought they would still be friends with me, but this kid said, "You suck and you're stupid and you can't hang out with us and you hit like a girl and you throw like a girl and you're a pansy and your mother's ugly and whatever," and you know, and so when I got done like beating him senseless with a Louisville Slugger and I looked up and I saw the eyes on all the other children as they just kind of watched in horror, I realized then that I probably was destined to be a loner for the rest of my life. And that's fine. I like you better anyway. Nobody likes me or myself but me and myself anyway, and I don't trust anybody in this world. I know this guy standing behind me right now at any moment may hit me in the back of the head with a wrench. He might choke me out, but I know he's not gonna, because he finally realizes now that sometimes in this sport, ability in the ring isn't enough. Sometimes it becomes a numbers game. And sometimes you need a little extra to get the things you want. You need another person or two with the same interests, a little more influence. What I want is Jake Chris' head on a stick! What this guy wants is recognition for how good he is. So now together, we're gonna get it.
You know, when I was a little kid, there was only two things in the whole wide world that I wanted to be. A Ghostbuster or a professional wrestler. And then I realized that Ghostbusters are fake. Not like pro wrestling. You know what else is fake? Friends. Friends.
Irish, airborne, clap, 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 they said. Let's go, Dave. Clap, 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 they said. Let's go, Jake. Clap, 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 they said. You know what they said when those Tiger Beat pretty boys got splattered across the canvas tonight? They didn't say a damn thing.
Earlier today that the LuchaCore show, originally scheduled for Halloween night in Springfield, had to be canceled due to circumstances beyond American LuchaCore's control. But Springfield's loss will be Middletown's gain, because next week, right here at the Sorg Opera House, we will have Moxley Chris 2, the rematch for the HWA Heavyweight title between Jake Chris the champion and John Moxley the challenger. If you were there in Cincinnati for their first meeting, you saw a classic. We can expect more of the same in the big rematch right here next week. But that's not going to be the only brother Christ in action, because Dave Christ is none too happy. His temper is notorious here in the wrestling business, and he is mad and he wants a piece of the new horror Sami Callihan. And we will have Dave Christ, Sami Callihan one-on-one, along with Jake Christ and John Moxley for the heavyweight title, the big three-way match, and match 5 in the best of 7 series between Dustin Reyes and champion of the Cruiserweight division, Astonishing Aaron Williams. All of that taking place right here next week at the Sorg Opera House. And that's all the time we have this week for The Pulse. I'm Chris the Brain. We'll see you here again next week on HWAOnline.com.